said, that should be it, barring a hurricane. Barring a hurricane, that ought to be it. That ought to be the last thing I have to do if I had to do one more. I want somebody else to have to worry about that. But I'm content. But sitting around with Christian friends, having a nice meal, fellowship, is about as good a thing as you can do in this life. To be honest with you, sitting on the back porch with a fan on you shelling peas is a fine thing. Yeah, I know you will. I know you will. But it's a good thing. It's not extravagant, it's not world travel, but it's living life on a high level. Right? The blessing of God. And herein I give my advice, for this is expedient for you who have begun before, and not only to do, but also to be forward a year ago. Now therefore perform the doing of it, that there was a readiness to will, so there may be a performance also of that which ye have. For if there be first a willing mind, it is accepted according that a man hath, and not according that he hath not. So it all comes down to the willing mind. In the secular world, we have a thing that we discuss, and it's with customers and employees. 2 words, ability and willingness. So if I'm dealing with a customer and they want to open up an account with us, do they have the ability? So we check their finances, that kind of stuff, and making sure the address is good. So there's the ability. Now we look at the actual credit score and see if they've been willing to pay their bills in the past. And if they have, then that gives you a fairly good indication how they'll do with you in the future. If both are bad, guess what? Don't sell them the cows, right? Don't do it. And so I do the same thing with employees. I said, there's no doubt you have the ability, as I'm addressing an issue. I don't have any doubt about that, but there's a willingness problem. And it can be attitude, it can be those kind of things. So he's talking about willingness here. Am I willing? Am I willing to serve the Lord? Am I willing to be faithful? Am I willing to stand in the gap? Am I willing to do sacrificially, time, talent, finances, whatever it may be? I want to serve the Lord, but it has to come from a willing mind. And you'll have to forgive me, but I tell people this all the time. It's part of I said, if you got a willing mind and are working behind, you can get about anything done you want to do. Right? And that's the truth. If you're willing to do it and you work, it'll happen. I believe God blesses hard work, I do. And I believe if you'll pray about it, plant the seed, I believe he'll send the water. Okay? I believe he'll bless you with that. So we have to be willing. And he uses the words readiness and willing. And that's what we have to be a part of. For I mean not that the other men be eased and ye burdened. Okay? We all in this thing together. Baptist churches, 20% give 80%. 20% give 80% of the word. For the most part, most churches, right? And you look across all the churches, it's pretty consistent. Well, what if you got 80% of the people? It would just be too far-fetched to say 100%, right? But what if you got 80% doing the work and doing the giving? Well, it would make a big difference, a huge difference in the ministry of the gospel. And so he wants people to step up and do their part, okay? But by an equality, that now at this time your abundance may be a supply for their want, and their abundance also may be a supply for your want, that there may be equality. Okay? They helping you out, maybe you can help them out in this. I'm one of the old timers. This is the system I like, the barter system. Right? I'll cut your grass, you wash my car, whatever it was, right back in the old days. I'll plow this field for you, you gonna give me so many bales of hay over here for that. No money exchanges hands, but we both work together in equality to make it. People want to know why the Amish are so successful in what they do. They all work together. I mean, all them ants are working for the same goal. You ever seen them put up a barn on a TV show? Everybody in their group is out there putting it, and they ain't using hammer and nails, they using wood dowels and stuff, man. Old stuff. Cranking that through. It's amazing. By that time you'll see the barn go up, boom, there's the wall, there's it. And they working on all of them together, right in there. I don't know about the doctrine, but that would be pretty cool. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? To say all of us working together. Now, our problem is it's hard to find equality in it. Because we got those who really want to work and help. We got the other that says, I'd really just rather stay home and watch video games and you do the work, but I get to eat. And y'all remember the chicken who was cooking the cornbread? Remember the cornbread? The kid's tale? She tried it.
Making flour.
She was making something.
She was making flour for bread.
Right.
That would help.
None of them wanted to help her make it. She said, come help me, come help. But then she finally got it all together and cooked it, and they was ready to eat.
That's a little red hen.
The little red hen, that's right. But it teaches a principle, doesn't it? But nah, I'm sitting here on the porch, I ain't helping you, it's hot. You throw that pie in the window, I better have me some of that. Not that you sucker back because you'll not get none of this one. But churches so often fight against themselves. When the church came together, I went to the Robinson Baptist Association. Went to one meeting. That's all I made it to. So, however many churches there were, about all of them were there. And I said, I just got a question. I said, why can't all of us churches come together and work each town within Robinson County and carry our own information? You know, if it's in Orem, I'm not going to try to push St. Paul's Community Church, right? If it's in Orem, we got Orem Baptist Church there, right? Then you got Proctorville Baptist Church. You got Bloomingdale and Broad Ridge, all those churches. So all those pastors could got in there and passed out. I said, why don't we all get together and hit each town in Robinson County and spread the gospel, knock on doors. They looked at me like I was some kind of fool. Because it was like their church was this and this church was that. And so there wasn't any equality. There wasn't the willingness to work together, which there should be. And, it's kind of funny because when Florence and Matthew came through, there were churches in Lumberton that were shut down. And some of the membership went to other churches. You told them not to miss that cause, right? But there should have been, hey, we'll work with you, we'll help you, get you back up, and then we'll go from there. But that's not the case. That doesn't happen much at all. Okay. As it is written, he that hath gathered much hath nothing over, and he that hath gathered little had no lack. So if we're doing it for the Lord, it all works out, right? It works out, and he said, if we'll work with the heart of service that God would have us to, then everything will work out. That's where we need to be. But thanks be to God, which put the same earnest care into the heart of Titus for you. For indeed he accepted the exhortation, being more forward, of his own accord he went unto you. And we have sent with him the brother, whose praise is the gospel throughout all the churches. And not that only, but who also chosen of the churches to travel with us with this grace, which is administered by us to the glory of the same Lord, and declaration of your ready mind. Avoiding this, that no man should blame us in this abundance which is administered by us, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. And we have sent with them our brother, whom we have oftentimes provided diligent in many things, but now much more diligent upon the great confidence which I have in you. Whether any do inquire of Titus, he is my partner and fellow helper concerning you, or our brethren be inquired of, they are the messengers of the churches and the glory of Christ. Wherefore show ye of them and before the churches the proof of your love and of our boasting on your behalf. So he says, we've got